That window that's been having trouble going up and down has a handprint on it. Hey guys, so today's gonna be a little different. I actually had a lot of videos planned for today and I decided not to do them because I don't want to wait any longer to do this video. I originally was thinking of doing this a couple days ago, and then I decided, there's not really a good chance that I could get good footage on it. Then, later that day, I was like, oh, maybe I could. And then I watched Shane Dawson's recent video where he thought there was a demon in his house, and I was like, you know what, maybe now is the perfect time to do this. Growing up, there was always something strange about my family. For a while, I always convinced myself that it had something to do with my sister. And I thought things would be different if I wasn't around her. And then I learned that that's not true. The fact that we were very open about what was going on, that we were almost inviting more energy. I had to have at least been in elementary school. I was with both of my sisters, Brittany and Erica. We were in my older sister's room, Brittany, and the three of us were all sitting on the floor. We're just playing with our Bratz dolls. I don't know if you guys recall, Neopets, but Brittany had the unicorn, which was called Uni.
Hi, I'm a Uni. I live in Neopia.
This thing was in the room with us, okay? This thing goes off, and it goes, hi, I'm a Uni, and its cheeks light up. Probably just left it on, picks it up, the battery pack is out. It's off, okay? Not only is it off, but there's no batteries. But then even when I went off to college, I was living with somebody else, there were still weird things happening. And then I graduated college and moved back in with my mom and my stepdad in a different house from the Poconos, and there was still weird stuff happening, and I wasn't living with Brittany, my sister. So I'm starting to think, is it me, or is it just our whole family as a whole? I'm not sure, but the whole reason that I'm making this video is because ever since I moved in with Seth into this house, I remember when we looked at it for the first time, I felt no weird energy. I feel like normally you can tell if a house is like haunted just by walking in. You can usually tell. And nothing felt weird. However, like I said, I never felt like I was in a house that felt haunted. I always felt like it was either my sister or my family as a whole, but I'm starting to lean towards, is it me? We started hearing like weird noises in our house, and for a while we kind of brushed it off because, you know, houses creak and make weird noises, and we have discovered some of the weird noises. Like, I know when our heat was on, there'd be like banging in our basement, like when you, I don't know, weird, I know. Or if you walk around on certain parts of the floor, you would hear banging. It's just, the way our house is set up is just kind of weird, so like, banging happens a lot, is what I'm saying. Sometimes, and I've caught this on camera, I'll insert the clip if I can find it. Something I hear a lot is, it sounds like something falls. And it's always a different sort of sound, but you know that it's not like a bang, like it's something falling. But aside from that, we really have, if I like that's me tapping on my computer screen, versus if I drop something, it's a different sound. You can tell when something is falling, when something drops on the ground. You know what that sounds like. I don't know, are we just paranoid because we're living on our own and it's just the two of us? And I don't know. For a while, I thought it's a possibility. Maybe we're just overthinking things. But then I don't know if this is just we're doing things and forgetting. However, there are two very similar things that I didn't make the connection to until the other day when we were talking about it. But you know what? I'm gonna bring this camera there. So we have these windows in our living room. I'm sorry if you can hear fans or the AC in the background, but anyway, we have a bunch of windows in our house, and yeah, we don't have a thing on that because it broke. We have spent many times, and I don't just mean one time, like we've done this many times, where you can open up these windows. Here, let me see if I can, we can do one of these. We can take the windows out so we can properly clean them, right? We have recently cleaned these windows because I've been bored during quarantine, so I've been doing a lot of cleaning. I will insert a photo because it is daylight and you can hardly tell right now, but there is a handprint on this window. Probably about here. I will insert the photo. Did we leave a handprint behind when we were trying to clean? I don't know. Maybe we did and we just didn't realize it. But what's weird is that it's very high up. The only way that I could reach it is if I was really you know, and it doesn't look like the handprint doesn't slide down. So I'm thinking it's not me. It's closer to the size of my hand versus Seth's, so I don't think it's Seth's either. I didn't think too much of it. You know, I made a joke about how, it's probably, you know, one of us touched it, but I did make a joke that it's just a ghost. But then I really got thinking because Seth has this window in his car that doesn't go up properly. Sometimes, you have to sit in the car and you have to keep trying over and over again to put it up. You have to wait a couple minutes and try and put it up again. That window that's been having trouble going up and down has a handprint on it. Now, I don't know if one of us tried to force that window up one time and it left a handprint. To my knowledge, I never tried to force the window up with my hands. To his knowledge, he didn't try to force the window up with his hands, so I'm not sure. I mean, somebody could have leaned against his car, I guess, but it's kind of weird that we're just noticing these two handprints, and they're around the same size, I think. I'm gonna insert the photos here. They look pretty similar to me, but I'm not sure. I don't know if these are very unrelated or if they have to do with all the weird things that have been happening. And it seems like, which I think is a very normal thing, now that I think about it, but the more we talk about and joke about the fact that there's a ghost in our house, the more things start to happen. But something I want to try and do, and I might regret this, something I want to do is set up my camera today and just let it run. And if something weird happens, you guys will hear it and or see it. I might regret this. I might hear or see something that gives me a heart attack, and then I'm going to regret doing this video. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. So here we go. Okay, I am in my living room. I am going to sit down and play some games on my Switch and just let this run and see if anything happens. So I have about an hour I can record on here. We'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna go get my Switch and we're gonna get started on this. Already hearing some creaking, but I think it's just normal house creaking.